turkey hunting this morning. It's just now breaking daylight, so I'm getting ready to do my first hoot owl call, see if I can locate something on the roost. Bentley and Colin, they're both down with allergies and been playing baseball a lot lately, so they were tired, so they decided they were going to sleep in this morning. So I'm out here by myself, just seeing if I can make something happen. So, turkey hunting this morning has been a bust. Had one goblin on the roost. When he flew down, he obviously went the opposite direction because I never laid eyes on him and he stopped gobbling. And I sat there and called on and off for quite a while with nothing. And right now I'm not hearing anything. It's still early, it's 8 o'clock, but nothing's gobbling anywhere. So, while I'm waiting, I really enjoy some good fried morel mushrooms. Some people call them dryland fish, some people call them hickory chickens, morels, just mushrooms, whatever you want to call them. And they grow around turkey season, of course. If you know what those are, they're delicious. I'm in a spot that I have found them before, so I'm hoping that I've hit it just right, and today may be the day, and the ground has been warm enough and some popped up. Hopefully I can find 5 or 10, just enough to fry up. So I'm gonna get over in this woodlot over here and see if I can't find me a couple. Well, I got lucky here. Thus far, I found one really big one, or a pretty good size. Me personally, I leave the root in the ground. That was a good one. That's a really nice one. I hope I can find, if I can find 2 or 3 more like that. Oh, I see another one right now. Let's see, I'm gonna lay this one down here, see if I can get zoomed in here. See another one over here. Can you, hopefully you can see that. Right there he is. So that's 2, and that's another pretty good size one. You know, a couple of those, a couple, 3 of them, it's enough for me to fry. Be very happy with that. Most people that hunt these mushrooms always talking about carrying around a mesh bag. You may not always have a mesh bag with you. So something that I usually do is I will take the mushroom, because they have spores all over them, and just so that they'll come back later, hopefully, I just kind of drop them on the ground a couple of times. Let the spores get knocked off of them. I literally just throw them on the ground. Drop them a few times, spread those spores around, and then just put them in my pack or whatever I have with me right now. I don't have a bag at all. This just wasn't exactly anticipated, so but hopefully we can find some more. This is awesome. I love these things. If you've never eaten these, early spring, from pretty much somewhere around the beginning of April, depending on temperatures, the temperature of the ground has to get 55, 65 degrees, somewhere in that range, before these things pop out, and they pop out really quick with rain and warmth. Oh, I see another one. Yes. So I'll get at least 3. It's a good one too. This tree right here, always, if I find them, they're gonna be around this tree. Anyhow, if you've never found these before, get out early spring through the month of April. Look for these things. I batter them up, fry them. Maybe before the end of this video, I can show you how I fry mine up, and they're absolutely delicious. Let's go pick these other ones. Another good one. Now, you don't have to cut these off like I'm doing, but that's just something I like doing. I like carrying my knife around with me and just cutting them off. Giving myself a little flicks on the ground. Spores off. And that should be sufficient. Always while I'm down picking. While you're down picking one, stop from where you're sitting and look around because usually if you find one, you'll find another, typically. And so far you've noticed that I picked that one, and I spotted two more. I bent down to pick this one right here, and I see another one right over here. Right there, it's about 4 yards from me or something. They're usually in pretty close proximity to each other. And my assumption is just where they're the spores fly around and land, there's just usually, they can grow close together, I guess. But always look nearby. Every time I pick one, I'll look completely 360 all the way around within like 10, 12 feet of me and see if I can spot another one. And usually you can. 3 really nice ones so far, and there's still a 4th one over here that I've not picked yet. I gotta work my way back around this tree. I'm just trying to take my time as to not miss any, hopefully. Here's the one I had spotted earlier I hadn't came and got yet. Another pretty good one. I mean, these 4 alone are enough for me a small meal. So I am very happy with that. Knock some of those spores off of there. As I said, I'm doing this because I don't have a mesh bag while I'm walking around to let the spores fall out of. So just knock them off in here and hope they come up next time. And actually this makes about the, I don't know, 5th time I found them in this spot. When you find a location that you find morel mushrooms, I have found they grow back. Oh, I think I see another one right there. I think they grow back pretty regularly. The one thing that I have found is year to year, and I think it's probably just the ground temperature thing. But you have to hit it perfectly. I found this place one time. I was turkey hunting, and I found like 200 mushrooms about this big, so I knew it was a good spot. The next year I went back. There's a helicopter flying over. It's going to be loud here for a second. But the next year I went back, and anyway, I had to let that helicopter go by. It's super duper loud, too loud to talk. But I went back and I found the next year around turkey season, I didn't find any. I found 0. So I was like, you know, maybe it's a timing thing. So I went back the next week, found 2 or 3, 4, something like that. It's just a few. And then the 3rd week I went back, and man, they popped up. There had been a rain, the temperature was really nice, and they popped up everywhere, and I found probably 200 plus again. So it's all about timing. So if you find a good spot, when you go back each year, just make sure you carry a mesh bag to let the spores come out, knock them off on the ground, whatever you got to do to keep them coming back. And just hit it right. Check it. I mean, from the 1st week of April through the last week. Go back each week, 1 day each week or something, on, you know, every Saturday or something like that, and just see if more have popped up or something like that, because sometimes you got to hit it just right, and they'll usually stay up for maybe a week or 2. If it gets really hot, they dry out really fast. So you got to hit it perfect, and luckily I think I've hit this spot perfect this year finally. Last year I didn't find any here, and I think I just missed it. So let's get over here and pick this other one I spotted. I'll get down under some stuff here. Another nice mid-sized one. Got a little slug slime on it. Like I said, always get down and look. Kind of circle back around, backtrack, and found another one. This one's a lot smaller than the others, but it is literally, I picked one of the other ones like literally right here somewhere. And I just decided as I was walking by just to take another glance over here. And sure enough, little fella. I can see how I missed him though. Super tiny. That's okay though. He'll still eat. It'll be delicious. Bite size. You guys can, holy cow. First one on this side of this area that I'm looking, and it's a giant. I mean, it looks like a stinking tree sticking up out of the ground over here. Let me flip his camera around so I can show you what I'm looking at. Oh my goodness, it's huge. I was using my knife earlier to cut them off. You can also just pinch them off, leave it in there. Look at this thing, my goodness. All right, same thing as earlier. I'm gonna chill here for a second and just scope out the area, because you never know where another big one might be hiding. But that one's a big one. Look at that, size of the size of my hand. Flip him around. Well, that wraps up the morel mushroom hunt. I found a few, thankfully, enough for me to fry up and have a little meal out of. It's like hunting Easter eggs for adults. It's fun. If you've never found morel mushrooms before, get out in the woods and just walk around. If you find some, you'll figure out it's addictive. It's a ton of fun, and they taste delicious. I'll show you. This looks like I got 7. And those 7, they're all pretty good size. So even when you don't find very many, if they're this size, I mean, that's enough for a good little meal. You know, if I found 7 of that little one in the middle, it would 7 little bite-sized ones. But these are pretty good size. You kind of cut these up, or that's how I do it. I split them in half so that so those 7 will turn into 14 good-sized pieces to eat. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed finding morel mushrooms. If you have found them before, then you know how enjoyable that was for me to find those. If you haven't, get out in the woods early spring through the month of April, walk around, try to find some. Hopefully you do, and you'll realize, like I said, it's very addictive. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching B&C Outdoors.